It's Spiritual Rain. Welcome to my channel. Hopefully all is well today. Sending much love to all beings on the planet right now. Peace, love, and light, and through the galaxy and the universe at the same time. Today I'm going to talk about my wake-up call. When I got my wake-up call, this was back in like 2016. Now, when I first got my wake-up call, it wasn't with the spiritual stuff at all, right? So my wake-up call was for what's going on the planet, like how everybody's been treated for all these years and stuff like that, and what everything is not. You know what I'm saying? And so, once I got the wake-up call to that, what triggered that was, so I went through a phase of my life where I always wanted to work for myself, right? So, be my own boss. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was raised in condition just to be a worker slave, just like everybody, well, a lot of other people on the planet, not everybody, because not everybody was raised to be that way. So, me, I went through a phase where I wanted to work for myself, I wanted to be my own boss. So, I found myself going roundabout, trying all this different stuff. You know what I'm saying? It'll work for a while, and then after about a couple years, a year later, it didn't work no more. And so it made me start questioning, like, how come no matter what I do, I'm not successful at it? You know what I'm saying? Like business-wise, working for myself, you know what I'm saying? It just seemed like no matter what I tried, it either didn't work or it worked for a little bit and then it stopped working, right? So I had a cousin, he was helping me, he was trying to wake me up to what's going on. So it's on my head every day, like, I don't know, I just can't figure it out what's going on, you know what I'm saying? So like, he was trying to wake me up, it finally clicked, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, it makes sense. If everything, we've been lied to this whole time about how you live and how you make money and stuff like that, then that makes sense. There's a reason why I'm not successful at what I've been trying to do all these years. And so that made me ask the question, well, okay, well, if they lied about all of that, and then on top of that, it's like I'm just summing it up to make it like not as long of a video, but just making a long story short. Because this could be a really long video, but I'm not gonna stretch it out like that. Probably in the future, I'll probably make a longer video in depth with it if you want to hear about it. But today I'm just gonna sum it up real quick. So it made me start questioning, okay, well, they lied to us about all this, how you live and stuff like that, and it's, the skin color and all that, it's been lied to, and then our ancestors was lied to like that. Like, this has been going on way before I was here. So I'm like, okay, well, if they lied about that, what else are they lying about? I got curious, I'm curious. And so, I got to, researching and saying, you know what I'm saying? Because the next thing for me was, okay, well, all of that's a lie. So I've been lied to all this time, so that means I don't really know anything then. Because the things that I've been taught, you know what I'm saying, is not true or whatever. It's not the reason why, basically. So, except for like living, you know what I'm saying, surviving, eat, take care of your body, you know what I'm saying, drink water and all that stuff. Yeah, that was legit. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't lied to me about that, so. But everything else about how the world is ran, everything is ran off of a system. You know what I'm saying? The system is built to keep you a slave. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, basically, to keep you making just enough to get by. And we was conditioned and taught that was okay. So that's why we didn't see nothing wrong with it. So the next thing for me was, okay, well, if they lied about that, what else are they lying about? Because that lie to me was like to me, it ran deep. I still haven't came across nobody that feels the same way I feel about it. But to me, when I found that out, it was like, it was a really deep lie. Like, it wasn't like a lie where it was off a little bit. They was way off because they had no intention of having you wake up or me wake up. They didn't want us to wake up at all. You know what I'm saying? Completely. That's why the lie was completely off from the truth. And so the next thing for me was, I was conditioned and taught to be terrified of dying. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the next thing came up for me around that time. No, that was another time. That was around when all this was going on. It was around the time of my part of my life where I was going through it financially, mentally, and physically. I was sick on a regular basis. I always was running out of money. And my mind just completely asleep, comatose. Until I got that wake up call, that first wake up call to the world that we're living in. And still, the people I come across that's awakened, I don't hear them, maybe they are, maybe there's somebody is out there like that, but I haven't came across nobody that talks about when they first got their first wake up calls. Because for me, my experience with it, I didn't get waking up to the spiritual stuff. I had to wake up to what the conditioning was in my environment first. Before you get to the spiritual thing, that was me. That's how deep I was asleep. Conditioned and taught how to be asleep like that, from a very young age. And so I was like, okay, no, the next thing was me, because I'm terrified of dying, and I was wondering, okay, so they lied about that. Did they lie about that? Like, what happens when we really die? That's what I started asking myself. I wonder what happens when you really die then. If they lied about that, then something else must take place when you die. So I got curious. Went on YouTube, started looking up. I didn't look up near-death experiences videos because I didn't know they had anything in the world like that. I had no idea you can die and come back. That's great. And when it was mind blowing for me. I'm like, because I was taught, I was raised in a Christian religion cult, basically. That's gonna be another video that it's probably gonna be like a movie that I'm probably gonna do. I ain't gonna just make a short video on that one, because that's gonna be from when I was age at least 2 years old to like 6 years old. And then from 6 years old to 16, from 6 years old to 16 years old, that's when I was raised in a Christian cult. But that's, like I said, it's another video. But so I think I first Googled like what happens when you die, and I got to read different articles and stuff like that. Then I went on YouTube and I asked the same question. Boom, what happens when you die? Then all of a sudden when I put that in, when I put that in YouTube, then Near Death Experiences podcast channel starts popping up. And the first one I came across was the Jeff Mara podcast. Shout out to Jeff Mara podcast. I learned a lot from there. Enforcing like dying and coming back and things like that, and different spiritual teachings too on his channel. So his channel is cool. I like his channel. So came across this channel, I started watching. I'm talking about binge watching from the time I wake up after I do my meditation. It was like every day for a whole year straight. Just watching near-death experience, out-of-body experience, astral projection, people that be doing this stuff on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of their body, dying, coming back. And this went on for a year straight. Wake up, watching them, going to sleep, watching them. Wake up, go to work, watch them the whole time while listening to them while I'm at work, and going to sleep to them, you know what I'm saying, pretty much. Because I work all night. Like, I work third shift, so I work all night and sleep all day, pretty much. So a lot of my videos I put out, they usually, if I put a video out, it's probably going to be later on in the day or something. If I'm not off, if I'm off and I make a video, then that's the only time I post a video, and it's out early. But usually it's because I'm up at night. I'm pretty much up at night and then sleep all day, pretty much. That's my schedule. So third shift work for now, just for now. And so watching all those different, near-death experiences and coming to realize, all these near-death experiences are different, but they all got one thing in common. And I came to this realization. They're all of them all experiences are different, but the thing they have in common is they experience a whole nother life on the other side. And then that's where we go. We don't go to hell when you die. Ain't no such thing. And before all of this, I couldn't realize, I come to two and like, I don't think there's a being out there that'll create a being just to see it suffer. I never believed that. So by me watching all those near-death experiences videos, every day like that for like a whole year straight, that lifted up my fear, most of the fear, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, everybody experience is different once you get back to the other side. But most of the fear was gone, like not there. Like I know if I, leave my body or whatever, I'm going to the other side. That's where we go back to. So, but yeah, that's the wake-up call. That's the first wake-up call. Now that second wake-up call was with the spiritual stuff, because I was already watching the near-death experiences. Now, on these podcast shows that do the near-death experience, they don't only talk about their near-death experiences. They talk about other different kind of spiritual experiences, teachings, you know what I'm saying, meditations, insight, just spiritual insights, ETs, aliens, you know what I'm saying, hybrid, people like that. Like me, always believed in aliens. I was taught as a kid that we weren't the only ones here. Like my uncle had an uncle, you know what I'm saying, that we lived with, and he was into he liked all that type of stuff, like aliens and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying. So he had a book, and his books, he used to let me read them after he read them, right? And he had this book one time, and this book, I don't even know if this book is still out or if this book is around or if it was just around for me to see it when I was a kid, but this book had like all kinds of different aliens in it, and it explained each being. Like I've never seen a book like that ever. And me curious as a kid, just reading it, and I'm thinking, yeah, it's just, when you're a kid, you're completely open. So it's different. It's not like, that ain't real, that ain't true, If ain't nobody taught you that it wasn't true, you're not gonna believe that. When you're a kid, you don't automatically think like that. Somebody have to teach you to think like that. So I was completely open to everything. So it's like, it was almost like when I read that book, it was almost like I had a sense that I knew already. Like we wasn't the only beings in, galaxy. I mean, it sounds bizarre anyways to think that you're the only being on a planet. I mean, even our planet has more than one beings on it. And the aliens, they've been on the planet. It looks like us. Like I always tell people, it might be some that look like the movie ones, but my belief, I think them the government created ones. But the ones that are the real organic ones, they don't look nothing like what the TV shows. Cause they do that out of fear. They don't want us knowing what the aliens are for. You know what I mean? It's something very powerful. You know what I'm saying? They don't want us, from what I'm hearing, just being around an alien can just completely transform you. So to me, that's very powerful, and it's exciting to hear. I can't wait. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, that's the first wake-up call. Okay, so that second wake-up call, so I was watching near-death experience, so that opened me up to the spiritual stuff. You know what I'm saying? But the spiritual stuff didn't really click all like that because I wasn't awakened yet. I was only awakened to the government stuff. See what I'm saying? So before I even can understand anything about spirituality, because I was raised in a religion. You know what I mean? So by me being raised in a religion, that's the belief I had, because we was lied to about all that. It cut me off from spirituality. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't serve two masters. That's why. You're either going to be over there or you're going to be over here. You got to take your pick. And when I realized you can actually pick, I pick spirituality all day over a lie any day. Like, it's a no-brainer. You know, once I got into realizing spirituality, when I got to the point where I had my first spiritual awakening, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't get my first spiritual awakening until I just one day just came to a realization. It's like when I found out that I was lied to about the religion thing. And up here all of these years, you know what I'm saying, sticking by faith and all this, I was like, you know what? Forget it. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not believing in it no more. The minute I did that, I'm not lying to you when I say that. The minute I did that, all of a sudden, spiritual awakening, right there. Like a couple days, a week later, 2 weeks later, a month later, maybe. That's when my first spiritual awakening was happening, I didn't know what was happening. And I thought I had COVID. It came in like a form of like sickness. Like what made me get curious, because I was starting getting sick, you know what I'm saying, pretty often. I don't get sick a lot like that. Maybe once every couple of years. But that spiritual awakening came in, that sickness, what it felt like, it didn't feel all the way like I was sick. So it was completely different. Then my angel numbers was there the whole time. The whole time I was going through that sickness. I was sick for like a whole week, like 5 days. Never been that sick before. Ever. That's what made me get curious and keep doing research about what's going on, trying to find other people that's going through the same thing I'm going through. And I came to a realization through, you know, all the research I did on it. It's a spiritual awakening. You know what I'm saying? I've never been that sick before, and what confirmed that was once I became well after like 5-6 days. Because even after like 5-6 days, I still felt like woozy like 3 days after. But after my body came back to completely normal mode, I'm telling you, I felt like a superhero. I felt extra hard, extra strong. My energy levels was highest. Like I'm always like a hyper type person anyway. Like type kid that plays more than one sports. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff like was just. And then it was crazy because I was always hot. My first spiritual awakening, it wasn't no joke. It was no joke. It's like, dude, I felt like Iron Man without the suit. And I was blazing hot. Like, I felt like I was a Human Torch, really. Walking around tomorrow. It's like 10 degrees. I stay up north, so it gets, in the wintertime, it's cold up here, you know what I'm saying? I'm at work on break. I'm finding myself outside with a short sleeve shirt on. Just chilling. It's feeling good. Gazing up at the stars and the moon. I did that a whole lot too in my first awakening. I always did that though. Since I was a kid down south, raised down south, we used to go to the country. I used to love looking at the stars at night. You can see the whole constellation up there, man. When you don't have no lights around. None. And that was years ago, obviously. And the skies were a lot clearer, obviously. And so yeah, that spiritual awakening, that was my first spiritual awakening, the first awakening. You know what I'm saying, was to the government thing. Then I decided to stop believing in religion. That's when I had my first spiritual awakening. And so right now I'm on my third spiritual awakening. So that's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? That's my wake-up call. That's my experience with it. So if you liked the video today, please leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? Or like the video, share it. You know what I'm saying? And Much blessings and miracles, peace, love, and light to all beings throughout the universe and the galaxy and on our planet. Much love, world peace, you know what I'm saying, to everything, all areas of our planet at this time. And thank you for watching in Spiritual Rain. And I'll catch you later.